Hello, everybody.
Calling the matter of William Morales versus Haley Morales.
For the record, this matter is before the court. Subsequent to the parties have engaged in mediation. This morning with Ms. Erin Brower in front of the court. This hearing this morning is being conducted via Zoom. Present is plaintiff father William Morales. In addition, Attorney Maria Zagorski is present representing defendant mother Haley Morales. Ms. Morales is present. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Judge.
The primary issue at mediation was parenting time. Is that correct, Ms. Zagorski?
That and we did raise the issue of child support. Mr. Morales changed jobs, didn't notify the front of the court back in May.
Okay. Have the parties been able to make any progress on their own resolution this morning?
I don't think so. I don't think that Mr. Morales is on board with our proposal.
Okay. Proposal as to parenting time or child support or both?
Both, sir.
Yeah, Ms. Brower did run child support this morning based on at least one of Mr. Morales's jobs. And my client's current income, Mr. Morales doesn't agree with that either.
Mr. Morales, their child support is pretty much based upon the simple math formulas. So if Mr. Brower made a recommendation, where did she make the error in terms of your income?
No, sir, I wasn't stating that there was an error or anything. The main thing on my end is like I was told from another referee, like in the beginning, that they couldn't raise my child support just because I got a better job. That was just one thing.
That's wrong. If as incomes change up or down, support can be modified. If you break a leg and you're off work and you're laid off, yes, you're going to want to petition for a reduction in child support. So it's always subject to modification until these children attain the age of 18. So whoever told you that, it's incorrect.
Okay. And another thing too is like with seeking more parenting time, I was seeking more overnights, and so I kind of thought that would play in a factor as well.
It plays a small role in the child support calculation, the number of overnights.
Understood.
So, Ms. Zagorski, do we need an evidentiary hearing on this matter?
Apparently, I don't know what the court's going to do. Mr. Morales works midnights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday overnight. So we tried to work out an agreement here where he could have every other weekend and an evening during the week from school and then bring the kids home because he has to go to work. I don't know exactly what he's looking for given his work schedule.
Was this discussed in mediation?
At length.
That question posed? All right, Mr. Morales, you can represent yourself, you can hire an attorney. What do you want to do on this matter?
I'd like to seek representation, please.
Okay. The court has delayed addressing the front of the court referee recommend order. Is that correct?
Correct.
Ms. Brower, there's a de novo hearing, and the court simply continued the matter to today's date so the parties could mediate. That's the court's recollection. Is that your recollection, Ms. Zagorski?
Yes.
Okay, and the referee recommend order was that father shall have parenting time every weekend from Friday after school or 5 p.m. if no school to Sunday 7 p.m.
Correct.
6:30.
I think it was the kids go to bed at 7:30. My client thought it was 6:30. However, she didn't receive notice of that hearing and didn't participate.
Okay, so it was Ms. Morales that filed the objection then, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
And at the same time, Mr. Morales filed the motion to modify parenting time since he has a new job.
Yes, sir.
And again, I don't know what your work hours are, Mr. Morales. The purpose of this was for the two of you to discuss your schedules.
100%.
And the children, what's best for the children. And if the two of you cannot agree, then the court would schedule an evidentiary hearing and take testimony. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, Mr. Morales, if you want this court to drive the bus, it can do that. But really, it's very simple. You look at your work schedule, you look at mom's work schedule, you look at the schedules of the children, and decide what's best for the children.
Definitely.
It's a shame if you cannot do that.
Definitely. To be honest, sir, I just feel like I deserve a little bit more time as well. I like with the weekends, but I also could do overnights in the weeks as well. I have a babysitter that I would be able to have for the
No,
hours of.
this is not, we're not considered babysitters. We want to know that children spend time with mom and dad. And again, there's more flexibility in the summertime. When children are in school, they need to have a continuity. We're not going to break up the middle of the week when they have to be on a regular schedule for school, particularly the 8 and 7-year-old.
Definitely.
There's more flexibility in summertime, so you can talk about summertime to be more flexibility with that because
Yeah.
they're not in school.
Yeah, and after our first motion, I kind of expected that coming into the summertime, and it never happened. So that's exactly what kind of led me to file this motion to kind of get more time. Like I'm perfectly fine with every other weekend. I have the weekends off, and I can even get every weekend off if it came to. But like I said, I would just like, and I don't care if it's an overnight or not. I just want more time in the middle of the week too. It doesn't just have to be one day. I love spending time with these kiddos.
Judge, my client works until 4 o'clock in Dundee, and the oldest child has gymnastics at 4:15. And she asked Mr. Morales if he would please have parenting time on Mondays to get his oldest to gymnastics. And his response was, that's now not how he wants to spend his time. He didn't want to be bothered. So that didn't work for him. I don't know what to do with him. He doesn't want to parent. My client has begged him to co-parent. She's asked him for help, and he says, no, it's not convenient to him.
Your Honor, may I speak for myself on that end?
Yes, obviously it's good to the children see that you're interested in their extracurriculars.
Definitely.
So, yes.
I absolutely love like going and participating in the gymnastics and doing everything with them. Like, don't get that wrong or don't get it twisted, please. Especially when spending time with my kids. I absolutely love spending time with them. We have a great time together.
So do you want
Mondays?
May I speak? Thank you. So on Mondays, my only regard is I am potentially moving to Toledo, Ohio. That would be in Point Place. With that being said, gymnastics would be 30 to 45 minutes from my destination, and then I would have to loop to Ida and then loop back. My only thing, and I have no problem. Like I said, I will do it and I will help, and I have no problem helping. And Haley already knows that herself. I don't have a problem helping. She may not tell you, but that's the truth. And so with that being said, I have no problem with helping here and there, but I just feel like that being forced onto me every Monday, that's a lot on not just me, it's a lot on the kids too, because I have 3 kids with me in the car. I have little Mia, who's 2 years old. I have Xavier, and then I'll have Peyton as well. Peyton's going to gymnastics, and Xavier and Mia are sitting there waiting in the lobby with me. So the reason I said that, and like I said, there's nothing against being a parent. I absolutely love this stuff. I just wanted kind of more of like a day where I can spend time with them and we could go do things, or we get them home, get their homework done individually type of thing.
So
I have no problem with being a parent though. Please don't put that on my name.
So we offered Wednesday, and he didn't want that either. I don't know how to fix
I
it.
went with the Wednesday, ma'am. I went with Wednesday. I said I could do Wednesday and Thursday and every other weekend. I'm okay with that. I just don't want to have to be the one that's always doing the driving everywhere. And I already have been through this whole process. So I would just like a little help on that. And especially considering my child support's about to be taken up some, like, I just help me out here. You guys are draining me. Like, and I don't mean that with disrespect. I mean that with all respect. I'm trying to be able to be a parent too, buy clothes, buy shoes, buy them anything they need. It's not just Miss Morales. It's not, and it hasn't been this whole time. So I'm still doing everything I have to do. And even if that requires me picking up a few more hours and working extra hours for them, I do it all.
So Judge, we offered to meet him halfway, which is the Ellis Library on M50. My client's on Albin, just off of Lewis, and Mr. Morales currently lives in Monroe. So we were going to meet at Ellis Reference, which is halfway.
And that's cool. I like that.
So,
Okay, Ms. Morales, you're the one obviously choosing to move farther away, so you can't complain about drive time. In any event, I've got in front of the court a bench warrant. Ray member handle right now. I've got somebody from the jail zooming in, 11:15. Ms. Zagorski can, I'd like you to talk to Mr. Morales a little bit further, and I'll take care of this bench warrant arraignment with the front of the court attorney. Then I'll be back with you. Somebody put you back in the breakout room. Mr. Morales, sounds like you're not that far off. The reality is parenting time can be adjusted anytime.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need to figure out what's best right now, November, December, January of 24 and 25. It can always be said, you can always petition for modification in the future as the children get older. You want to be part of the extracurriculars, but if the Mondays are too taxing and you can't watch the gymnastics, you're sticking out in a hallway waiting with 2 other children, I understand. and maybe
No,
Wednesdays.
it's not that I have
We'll
a
talk
problem.
about more
doing it
about this
here.
in summertime,
More-
more flexibility, but I'm putting you in a breakout room. I'll be back with you.
Thank you.
Ms. Brown, perhaps you can provide the court with a recommendation after talk with them when I come back. In terms of child support and parenting time.
Yes,
Please.
Your Honor.
Okay.
Recalling the matter, William Morales versus Haley Morales.
So we're back on the record in this matter. And the parties are present as well as Attorney Maria Zagorski. Have the parties begun making any progress in the last 30 minutes, Ms. Zagorski?
Yes, I believe Ms. Brower has uploaded an agreement to your queue.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Morales, listen to this. The court did receive a recommendation from Ms. Brower, and if the court adopts this order, this recommendation will become an order of the court. The recommendation is that father, you, Mr. Morales, shall have parenting time on a 2-week rotation. Week 1 will be Wednesdays and Thursdays from school to 6:30 p.m. Week 2 will be Mondays and Wednesdays from school until 6:30 p.m. and Friday, 4:45 p.m. to Sunday at 6:30 p.m. The exchanges of the children shall take place at the Ellis Library, and both parties shall have the right to record the exchange. I would hope we won't have to do that, but this provides for that. You don't want to put the children in the middle of all this and record everything, but if in fact that's what you agreed to, then fine. Further, it's recommended the father shall ensure the children are fed on his weekdays prior to the exchanges at 6:30. With respect to child support, commencing December 1st, 2024, the plaintiff father shall pay child support in the amount of $1,171 for the support maintenance of the minor children. It's based upon 75 overnights for the defendant, 290 overnights for the plaintiff. Uninsured medical expenses shall be shared as follows: 60% paid by the plaintiff father, 40% by defendant mother. After, of course, the mother pays the first $454 per year. The party shall follow all recommendations of the children's therapist. Neither party should make any disparaging remarks about the other in the presence of children or discuss this case with the children. Finally, all appointments and activities for the children shall be added to the APCLOS for the benefit of both parents. That is recommendation. Ms. Gorski, is this recommendation agreeable with your client this morning?
It is.
Mr. Morales, do you understand the recommendation?
Yes, sir.
Recommendation agreeable with you this morning?
Yes, sir. Also, we had in there that we can't be late. I just want to
Well,
make
that's
sure.
implied.
Okay,
It's a
I just want to
courtesy.
make sure that was added in there.
Be on time. You both should be on time. Now, if in fact there's an accident or and the highway is closed, text the other party just as a courtesy. But yes, both of you should be timely.
Okay.
Children don't want to be sitting in the car necessarily. And of course, during your time, you'll make sure the children get to their extracurriculars, correct, Mr. Morales, like whether it's gymnastics or whatever it is,
Yes, sir.
right? All right, can you both please raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you both solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right.
All right, Ms. Gorski, if you can briefly voir dire your client regarding this recommendation and the belief that it's in the best interest of the children at this point in time, please.
Yes. Please state your name for the record.
Haley Morales.
You heard the recommendation that Ms. Brower reduced to writing and the judge read into the record.
Yes.
Do you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Please speak up because we're making
Yes,
record.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Do you believe that this parenting time is in your children's best interest?
Yes.
You understand that the court still has jurisdiction, so if it doesn't work out, something else would be better, we can always come back to court. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay, and you are committed to continuing to facilitate the relationship between the children and their father, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
I do not.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Morales, can you please state your name for the record?
William Ernesto Morales.
Mr. Morales, do you understand this recommendation and agreement this morning?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe it's in the best interest of your children at this point in time?
Yes, sir.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
So this will take effect, Ms. Gorski.
Today. So that
Okay.
we are, he's going to have not this weekend will be my client's weekend, and he will have next weekend. So his first weekend will be November 28th. So right now we are in week 1. So he'll have Monday next week and Wednesday and then next weekend.
Okay, so I'll make sure you're on the same page. You understand that, Mr. Morales?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. The court would like to thank,
Oh,
Ms.
I do have a
Brown for
quick
assisting.
question. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
ahead.
My apologies. If I have family that lives in like Findlay, Ohio. Is that an issue if I was to take them like to see my family on my time?
No,
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I wasn't aware, and I've been told left and right from other people. I just wanted to make sure on my end.
yeah, no problem. It's during your parenting time. It's totally fine.
Thank you.
All right, the court would like to thank Ms. Brower for her patience and assistance this morning. The court finds this agreement between the best interest of the children called adopt agreement, and thank you, Mr. Gorski. Mr. and Mrs. Ross, please communicate for the children's best interests. I mean, life, there's enough complications in life. Make good for each other and the children. The children sense when there's tension. You want to avoid that. Be flexible with each other. Communicate. All right, thank you. That will conclude this matter. Everyone can zoom out. Have a good rest of the morning.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.